Yeah, and then in the PLP before last, he was the talking point, not in a good way. He lost 14 out of 15 matches. Of course, they're races to 5, and anything can happen. Races to 7, are they? I can't even remember the PLP.
Races to 7, yeah. Well, no,
they're
5. There were 5.
Yeah, he lost 14 out of 15 matches. Remember that?
Yeah, and you know, he gave some away, but some things worked against him, and then it just kind of snowballed from there.
David Alcaide to break.
Yeah, the final is a race to 7, is what it is. Oh, he got away with one there. I think the cue ball was going to get lost, and now quite the opposite. He's dressed up on the 2, and he's got a great split on the rack.
Yeah, you just go inside the 8 here. You can come up to the left side of it. The left side of it's actually even cleaner, but you can slow the cue ball down going on the inside of it if you'd like.
Yeah, you would think it's got to be inside. You can just broaden the angle and the speed. A little light. May go into the 7 here. Just roll into it, hit it nice and full. He's got the pink in the upper right. Can he get around the 7 going forward? I don't think so, but oh, he could with a little stun, but now a little light here as well. And all of a sudden, you know, the cue ball's been short on a lot of occasions.
Can you check this below the 7? Just take the distance on the 5? I think you could.
Yeah, I think so.
You don't have to come above it.
I wonder if he's thinking about digging on it, coming around 3 rails, but
yeah, that'll work.
yeah, real smart, this guy. Now he can come 2 rails deep out of the corner, catch the 3rd rail just past the 7, and have the 6 laid up for the upper right.
Yeah, and I do believe Arseni is nervy, right, Sevastyanov, but I think that it has something to do with that match with Jason. It was so draining, so intense, that it's now become nervy in a bad way, right? You've been there, we've all been there, where you have that match that just, you kind of give everything you have, and then you realize, wait a minute, this next match is even bigger, and you're up for it, but then it just doesn't really feel right.
Yeah, I mean, talk about it with people all the time that, you know, pros can play really well, and the next morning they're getting up practicing because it is so delicate. And then when you have that good match that you can lean on in that same day, really goes a long ways. You know, it's almost like whenever I didn't play much and I'd go to a tournament, if I could play a good match early, I could get a great feeling. But otherwise, until then, it's going to be shaky. And if you have one of those performances where there's a lot of mistakes, it can certainly carry on into the next match, especially on the same day, I think.
Yeah, making this look pretty easy is Alcaide. 11 games to 3. He's just 2 away. And the crowd getting into it.
Yeah, I think only our 2nd breaking run, and they both in by David, maybe our 3rd. Never know what a captain's thinking, but I still feel like just getting to this final, the way he's played in some past matches, pretty solid here, pretty smart as well. He's used the brain quite often. I think he's maybe punched his ticket to that Mosconi Cup.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I can't remember what match it was. It was early in this tournament, but when I watched him win that match, I kept a close eye on him the rest of his matches. And he really looked good to me. He looked confident the whole time. Never, where there's sometimes David will play where he looks like he might have a little doubt within him. It's never shown me that this week. And watch out, cue ball. Watch out, just high.
Yeah, and he's dressed up on the 2 again, so trying to end this match in style. 4-7's a little funny on the side, but the combo does play. Speaking of combos, can he get to the 3-9? That's a possibility.
Yeah, I think he can wrap around the lower left side if he had to, but you'd have to catch it pretty full and then put that spin on it. I don't know, can you? Yeah, I don't think you can. Can you draw out of this? I don't think he'll play it.
I like that. I didn't think there was a lot of ways to go wrong. Now, he did end up on the rail, but he's fairly natural to come across for the combos. Got to watch out for the side near where the cue ball's at now.
Yeah, the way he motioned, I think he planned on connecting with the 9 ball there. And it threw his hands up in the air when it went through.
Yeah, I think this is pretty good, though, overall, all things considered.
A little short again.
Yeah, and what that is just like at the beginning of a match, at the end of the match, closing, right? Looking at the safety here. Sorry, Scott.
No, you're good. Reality sets in, though, and any way you slice it, that's really what's happening.
Not the worst combination to shoot at, but he's going to use the 9 as he comes across. Not his best. I think he's got to try and knock this in, Scott. Get the feeling good about something, right?
Yeah, and get up behind the purple if he has to here.
Yeah, I think if you force that, though, I think you're going to miss the bank. But maybe not.
Looks. Wow. Yeah, he might have Arseni kind of like a deer in headlights here.
Yeah, there was that look early. They showed him after some mistakes. I believe it was around 5-1. And I almost made that exact comment. Okay, David's been really good at controlling the object ball, just trying to bang it 2 rails up the table. Really doesn't have anything for cover.
Extension.
And this is where if the match is a little different, he may think differently, but why do anything, why change what you've been doing here? Just kind of protect against the offensive shot. Really don't see him doing anything else. Yeah, he just got it past the side. To me, that's a hard one to control for me anyways. But again, David's on another level with some of these shots.
Extremely crafty, right? We see what he was doing there. Even if the 4 gets a little bit past and the cue ball opens up, still got to contest with the 8 in the upper left corner. So very crafty.
Yeah, and I think just trying to create something there, but that's why I get back to the bank shot. I think I would have tried to attack on that end, really. I think where he was at there, the kick shot behind the 4 and trying to send the cue ball towards the 8 was probably a little higher percentage than the jump bank, but, again, he's trying to get something going on his side, but David Alcaide just 4 really kind of easy shots, so what should be easy shots to get on the heel quickly.
Kind of as predicted. We talked about this prior to the match starting. I felt like he was going to control the majority of it because of watching Jason and Arseni. There were multiple opportunities where Arseni could have played a lockup safety. Now he seems to be playing the opposite. So I knew when it came up to that, David was going to win those battles. Or I felt, I shouldn't say I knew, I felt like David would win those battles.
Yeah, and he's going to win those battles against a lot of guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and some are going to be a little harder and you're not going to win quite as many, but there's just not too many players that are going to outwit this guy. Going to get nice and tidy here on the 9, and I'll tell you, watch out for a golden break in the next to finish it off.
Yeah, it's been a while for David Alcaide, but he is within 1. And a big sigh of relief, but it's not over yet. It's on the verge.
Break 16. David Alcaide to break on the hill.
All right, he has missed the 1, maybe a bit quick in the pullback there, which I haven't seen since I stepped in the box.
Yeah, and he missed it short, which has not been the theme in the semifinal and here when he has missed the 1. It's been to the high point every time. Awkward here, though. 2 up table, 3-8 covered up. Not an easy shot here on the 1, especially when probably you don't feel like you can get out.
Yeah, good strike there. Is it too little, too late? I mean, let's just be honest. It feels like it. He's passed up a couple of shots in the last few games that surprised us.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've seen some of the most amazing things in sports and certainly pool, and I would have to say it definitely is a little late, little too late. Watch out. It's gone.
Yeah, and that's a big raise up in the Q-tip. Also the head, you could see that in the replay. The head just slightly come up, almost like he was staring the shot down before he made contact with the cue ball. Is it game number 16 that Alcaide wins his first big tournament since the European Open.
Yeah, the 4-9 is there. I think he'll just clear him up depending on where he falls on this ball. Now he's got options. Have to at least look at it, right, Scott?
Yeah, I would think so, especially with the score line and how things have gone, but he wants to finish in class. No early 9 before it's time. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah, and the 6-7 could get a little funny, but with the 5 near, the 6 goes to the lower right. Obviously to the upper right is the desired pocket, but really he's just he's going to make a pretty easy decision.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jeremy. I know you've known David a long time. I've known him a long time. After working on this tour, you get to know him even better. Such a great guy, such a hard worker, and such a bulldog, man. It really is a bulldog. And he's going to give the crowd a little something, take a deep breath, because I can guarantee you this means the world to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, You know, he's staying in shape. He's doing all the right things. Of course, he's a guy that does make all the events. So he's giving himself every chance to win. But it's so hard to win out here. And as the years go on, it gets even harder.
Since the European Open a few years back, beating Raga, Hill. It's your turn again, buddy. David Alcaide, Philippine Open inaugural champion, and he's going to live it up.
Yeah, very deserving cheers there. I think these fans can be satisfied with this inaugural Philippine Open. And, you know, they wanted one of their countrymen to really hoist this trophy, but David is a great ambassador, incredible player, and a true